welcome to Dom's Daydream. I'm Dom, and this is my lifestyle channel. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the negative places I used to get my confidence from, and all the positive places I get them from now. So let me hit you with my background story. Growing up as a female of color, growing up as a female of color in American suburbia, I lived with my grandparents, my parents were divorced, and all these things were very unusual for the time and place. Growing up in my grandparents' house, even though I had a fantastic time, was so strange to other people because they were like, why don't you have your own house? I don't know, I'm a child. Why isn't your mom and your dad together? I don't know, but it was for the better apparently. And it really was. You know, and these were all things where you start to realize how different you are from other people. And growing up as a child and being a child of color and being a female, being different was not celebrated. It was you were very much shunned unless you fell into society's norms. It wasn't the most diverse place to grow up, but I have zero complaints because I love my family. I love my upbringing. I had an amazing childhood. But going to a predominantly white schools, I got made fun of my name, which is funny. It's not even an Asian name. It's French. It's Dominique. I got made fun of for the things I eat. I really loved my grandparents' Filipino spaghetti, which people are like, why is there little wieners in your spaghetti and why is it so sweet instead of salty? I also got made fun of a lot for my nose. Going to a school with predominantly white people, they all have like these little cutesy pointed nose, you know, it's pointed and it's like narrow and they have like a little bridge. I have a like traditional Filipino nose. It is more wide and it's flat, and this thing put me through a lot of trauma growing up. And that was all just in elementary school, which is pretty sad. I didn't meet more Asians and Filipinos until I went to middle school, which was fantastic. I finally started to feel like my confidence was going up because I had people, and I had people who understood me, and I had people who didn't judge me for the way that I looked and the things that I ate, and then the name that was given to me by my parents. Like right around 8th grade, I hung out with the coolest punk rock scene kids, and they're the ones who really showed me that you can dress however you want, you could be whoever you want. Like those were the friends who came to school in clown makeup. Why? Because they felt like it. They were the friends who changed their hair color every month from like hot pink to like purple to blue to pitch black. It wasn't until I met that Filipino group, it wasn't until I had those friends who beat to their own drum, I was like, oh wow, I can be whoever I want to be. I don't know why that was such a mysterious concept. And I was like, what has been holding me back all this time? Why haven't I been wearing the things that I personally wanted to wear? And I just realized how silly I was being. And then I went to high school and I started to feel like a little fish in a very big pond. And it was even more difficult for me to grow up because my middle older brother, Nico, he was very popular and well known for our PQ lifestyle, and even outside of PQ. So everyone kept on calling me Nico's sister for like 15 years. And so if you couldn't already tell, like more and more and more of me just is just so muddled and put down and suppressed. So like I couldn't use my full name. I couldn't dress the way I felt like I wanted to dress. So I just felt really insecure about a lot of things. And when I went to high school, my first year or two, I definitely did feel like just Nico's sister, just like known as Nico's sister, and I didn't have my own identity. But apparently I did. I didn't even know it. But when I was reading comments, let me just age myself real quick, on MySpace, And I had a lot of people like my photos. I had a lot of people comment on my profile about how beautiful I am, or how cute I am, or that I'm an amazing dancer, which, looking back, watching all those videos, oh Lord. And I gathered so much confidence. I just fed on all these comments and likes and compliments from people, and that was one of my main sources of confidence, is things that I heard from other people and not things that I told myself. Luckily, I did have a very amazing group of friends. I did have an amazing group of family who just loved me for who I was and not who they wanted me to be. And that is such a godsend. Then I had my first serious relationship, and it was with my high school sweetheart, and it was phenomenal. And I couldn't have been happier, because I was getting all this love from social media. I was getting all this love from a boy. Yeah, I could say a boy because we were kids. And I just felt all this love and admiration. And then when high school was over, a lot of my friends moved away for college. And I couldn't have felt more alone, more sad. And then me and my high school sweetheart, we started crumbling. And I was feeling even more alone and even more sad. And it got to the point where I did not know my self-worth. I was at the lowest of my low. I was lucky enough to have the golden friends who knew what was happening to me and made me feel like I wasn't as alone as I was. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I fucking hate that. But I broke up with my high school sweetheart, and I started to pick up the pieces, and now we're all good. And once I realized that I can be alone and I can be happy, I realized that I don't need social media to give me love. I don't know, I was so sad back then, and it makes me laugh. Like, it doesn't make me laugh, but it does make me realize like how hard that rock bottom was. I never cried so much. I've never longed so much. And after that, I really started to pick up my pieces, figuring myself out, finding myself. I was just really lost. And it was okay to be lost at 18 and 19. But once I start to realize that I'm amazing. That sounds so funny. I am pretty fucking cool. I just love myself. I'm happy. I don't care what other people think. And I think that's what really started this YouTube channel, because I bought all the equipment for the YouTube channel like 3 years ago, and I just never hopped on it because I was too scared. And now I'm finally like, why? Why am I scared? There's no reason. Who cares? Is the big point. As long as you do. Long story short, I found myself. I love myself. I then found the person in whom my soul loves, who loves me unconditionally, who's seen the deepest, darkest parts of me and still wants to marry me. If you're watching this video, I just want to tell you, you are an amazing, incredible human being. And you don't need anyone, not even me, to tell you. You need to realize that in yourself and find your own self-worth. I hope this video helps people. Honestly, it helped me more than I thought it would, just putting it out there. So if you like this video, click the like button. If you haven't already, join the Daydreamer family and click subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Bye.